Over the last few days, 7 Russian citizens have been arrested by the Norwegian police, suspected of flying illegal drones throughout the country and photographing restricted sites, leading many to question, is Norway under the watchful eye of the Kremlin? Mysterious drones have been spotted over several airports, including that in Bergen in the country's south, that suspended air traffic for 2 hours. Other unidentified drones were seen flying around important oil drilling platforms in the North Sea, as well as over this gas plant, the largest in Europe. Oslo says that it's investigating the incidents, but can't rule out any claims of surveillance.
Well, the US says military trainers from Iran are in Crimea, helping Russian troops use Iranian-made drones in attacks on Ukraine. Washington believes Iranian drones hit the capital Kyiv and energy facilities across the country. Iran has not reacted to the latest US accusations, but denies the drones are Iranian-made.
We can confirm that Russian military personnel based in Crimea have been piloting Iranian UAVs and using them to conduct kinetic strikes across Ukraine, including in strikes against Kyiv in recent days. We assess that Iranian military personnel were on the ground in Crimea and assisted Russia in these operations.
Japan is bracing to undertake what might be its biggest arms build-up since the Second World War. Security analysts claim that the move aims to deter Beijing from starting a war in East Asia. Keeping in mind the China-Taiwan tensions, Japan's race for arms seems to have been triggered by its powerful neighbour's 20th National Congress, and the finish line is the next CPC in 2027. Japan identified China as its adversary in 2019 in a defence white paper. This was triggered by Beijing's disregard for international norms, its increasing pressure on Taiwan, and rapid military modernization.
A curfew is in place tonight in Chad after a day of deadly violence between police and demonstrators. Those in the streets were demanding an end to the military's grip on power. This Thursday was supposed to mark the date when the armed forces would cede control to a civilian-led government, but its tenure has been extended for another 2 years. Now, in a turbulent day, at least 50 people are reported to have been killed, many by the security forces who opened fire on the crowds.
Myanmar, now at least 8 people have been killed in explosions at the insane prison in the Burmese city Yangon. The bombs exploded near the front gate of Myanmar's main prison for political detainees. Visitors and prison personnel were among those killed. 5 people who were delivering parcels to prisoners and 3 staffers died when 2 bombs exploded around 9:40 a.m. local time. The military's information office confirmed that an unexploded bomb had also been found in a parcel.
There are protests outside the headquarters of the Electoral Commission of Pakistan after it disqualified the former Prime Minister Imran Khan from holding public office on charges of unlawfully selling state gifts. Now, these pictures came into us in the last half hour or so, taken from outside the Election Commission building. The ruling coalition had sought the ruling from the Commission, accusing Mr. Khan of not sharing details of presents that he'd received from foreign dignitaries and proceeds that he then garnered from their alleged sale. His aides say they're going to challenge the Election Commission's verdict in the High Court, and Mr. Khan himself says the case was politically motivated.
Truss, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, resigned on Thursday. With only a little over 6 weeks in office, she became the shortest-serving Prime Minister in UK history.
I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected by the Conservative Party. I have therefore spoken to His Majesty the King to notify him that I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party.
According to Truss, there will be a leadership election to be completed within the next week, and that she will remain a caretaker prime minister until a successor has been chosen.